Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing really well today. I'm going to tell you a story that I heard the other day. It's actually a really pretty cool story, and I think a lot of you folks out there can relate to it, given a lot of the emotion that is involved with caring for another, being swept up in the human services systems. It seems that there were these two monks, an old wizened monk and his apprentice, and they were approaching a river on a pilgrimage, and the river was just a torrent. It had rained and it was overflowing, and it was just almost impossible to cross. And they come across a young woman who was pregnant, and she was trying to get across, and it was clear that she was not strong enough to do it. So they basically looked at each other and said, well, what are we going to do? We may be able to get across, but she's not going to be able to. So the old man just walked up, took the woman, put her on his back, and carried her across the river. Okay, so they safely got across the river, and then the monks went along their merry way. And a while later, the older monk says to the younger monk, I noticed that you have been quiet. What's bothering you? And the young monk looks at him and says, well, Father, I can't help but feel confused and torn about the fact that you had that woman on your back. We've sworn to, never touch a woman, etc. And you carried her across the river. And the old monk just kept walking and eventually said, at some point, he goes, okay, here's what he said. He goes, my son, I put that woman down 2 miles ago. You need to do the same. And this is just a really cool parable to talk about, when we feel a sense of guilt or we feel a sense of resentment or whatever, apply that concept of RWID, the relative weight of importance and duration, to that event, and figure out how much time it's really worth for you to seethe about it. It's hard to do. I hold a grudge like, what does he say? I hold a grudge like an Irish judge. So it's hard. It's really hard to do. But if you can be conscious of, what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and the relative importance of it, it goes a long way to helping you to get past things that otherwise might bog you down and just clear and fill your head up with crap, just junk you don't need in there. So think about the monks. Think about the importance of worrying about whether an old monk touched a woman and helped her across a raging river. And enjoy your Saturday or whatever day it is when you see this. And we'll talk tomorrow. Thanks.